Hey folks, Lisa coming to you with some information about Virtual Scholars in general. So Virtual Scholars is a blended online program. And what that means is that the student content is online using an app called Canvas, or a learning management system called Canvas. It's the same LMS that they use for PPS throughout the district. And it also means that their coursework is available 24/7 anywhere they have an internet access and a device to work on. But they aren't working on their courses by themselves alone all the time. Most students, about 70% of our students, take their courses for credit recovery, and most of the students take our courses in what we call the Virtual Scholars Hub. That Canvas app I mentioned is available for both Apple and Android, and then I'll give you more information about the hub in just a few minutes here. So some benefits of Virtual Scholars. Virtual Scholars is the only free online option for students to recover credit in Portland Public Schools. We do offer, Portland Public Schools also does offer Summer Scholars and Portland Evening Scholars, but those are both pay for, or a fee for the service. So another benefit of Virtual Scholars is that the students are taking their courses in their actual home schools in a hub that is built into their schedule. So for example, a student might have the Virtual Scholars Hub for second period or third period or sixth period or seventh period. If a student is taking our course for credit recovery, when they complete our course, and we only offer A's and B's and C's, we don't offer D's or F's. So it's impossible for a student to fail a Virtual Scholars course. And as soon as the student completes our course with either an A or a B or a C, our Virtual Scholars grade overrides their original transcript grade. Chromebooks are provided to all the students who are in the hub, and those stay in the hub. Students are also welcome to use their own PPS issued Chromebooks or any device that they want to bring from home. I know some kids like working on Macs, and if your student has a Mac, they're welcome to bring that in to work on. But if for some reason they ever don't have a device to work on, we do provide Chromebooks. We also provide Flex tutorial. Flex, some buildings call their kind of special teacher contact time Flex. Some buildings call it tutorial, but we do offer Virtual Scholars support during that, during Flex or tutorial or whatever your school calls it, just like a regular in-building class does. Mentors are available then. Sometimes teachers will also be available to push in then, but if a teacher is not available to actually push in or come into your student's hub at their own particular high school, they will be online, just like they would be ordinarily. So like I said, the Virtual Scholars enrollment is about 70% credit recovery. About 30% of our students take the courses for initial credit, and that's either credit retrieval or credit advancement. And credit advancement is just trying to get ahead so that you can graduate earlier or open up some room in your schedule to take a class at PSU maybe, or PCC. And then some students move from out of district or move from a different PPS high school and need to take a class that wasn't offered to them during the time that they were at their previous school. Another nice benefit of Virtual Scholars is that we have rolling enrollment, which means that students can enroll in our courses not just at the beginning of a term or at the beginning of a quarter or a semester or any school designated break. We can enroll students at any time in the school year, just as long as they have enough time to finish their course. So like if there's 3 or 4 weeks left in the school year, we won't be enrolling students most likely for a complete semester long course. But they might have the opportunity to earn a 0.25 credits or maybe even a 0.125 credits. We're extremely flexible about the way we offer our programs so that we can meet the needs of the majority of students. Like I said earlier, Portland Public Schools is Virtual Scholars is a PPS program. So all of the teachers for Virtual Scholars are PPS teachers. The teachers are available online to work synchronously with kids via an app called Live Chat, or we can sometimes we push into the schools or actually go and work with the kids shoulder to shoulder at their home school if they're needing a little extra support. We definitely try to make sure we get out and at least meet kids face to face at least once before we get into the cycle of the synchronous communication online. VS teachers communicate with counselors about your students' progress. Hopefully we're communicating with you each week, or not hopefully, we have a practice of communicating with our families each excuse me, each week about how your students are progressing through their course. And we also have mentors who are doing the same kind of outreach to families. In addition, the Virtual Scholars mentors, who are also PPS employees and PPS mentors, work with students on goal setting. They work on checking in with their student about how they're coming into the hub that day, and also how their progress is going, how they're feeling about their progress in their course. And then they report that information back to the teachers every day. So we've got a really good loop of what's happening live in the hubs, and making sure that all of the parties, the mentors and the students and the teachers, are all connected, and the families as well. The mentors also do a great job of just offering support and encouragement, and making the hubs a fun place to come every time, and celebrating student achievement. As soon as a student finishes their course, the mentor usually claps the student out and they get their name up on the wall. It's kind of a neat feature of the hub. You also might be hearing from mentors around attendance matters. And also you might just get a call from a mentor as a parent, just saying, hey, I just wanted to give your kid a shout out today. They really nailed it. They worked really hard and stayed really focused, and their technology wasn't distracting them, and they just did a great job. In addition to mentors and the Virtual Scholars teachers, we have an administrator, and we have an instructional lead. We have a couple of senior clerical staff, and we have a tech integration specialist. All those folks' jobs are to make this a well-oiled machine and to remove any barriers with regard to clerical issues or technology for students to earn the credit they need to graduate. I mentioned Portland Evening Scholars and Summer Scholars a few minutes ago. Virtual Scholars is offered, very often offered, not always offered, at summer school and at night school or Portland Evening Scholars. There is a fee for that. However, there is not a fee if students take their courses in their home school, in the building during the day, or even as a home enrolled student during the regular school year and the regular school day. If a student does want to take a Virtual Scholars class through Portland Evening Scholars or Summer Scholars, there is a fee for that. And then finally, I just want to close with our mission, vision, and commitment. So the Virtual Scholars mission is to deliver a high quality technology-based education that provides the skills and knowledge students need for success. Our vision to transform education worldwide, one student at a time. And our commitment is that we want to have the student be at the center of every single decision we make. So when we make decisions about when our planning periods will be, when we make decisions about student recognition, when we make decisions about content to include, the decision is that the student is at the center of every decision we make. And every time we meet to talk about anything we want to implement with Virtual Scholars, we always ask ourselves, how does this impact our students? And if there's the most important thing to us is that the student impact is always positive. So thanks for watching, and hope to be in touch with you soon.